And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another. I was actually reading about the meme that I was about to get a noise for. I didn't hear what you said this was. What is this?
Oh, I got one. Oh, this is a Will Cheese fail. This is a Will Cheese fail. I thought you meant a noise.
Will Cheese fail. Send it by you, the fans, to Lifesaglitchtv@gmail.com. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yep.
Hit me up with whatever noise you got in your head, because apparently you got one.
Well, you must be the Monopoly guy.
Hey.
Do not back up. You're not going to $20.
Hey,
a fine reference indeed.
Our viewership is old enough to know exactly what movie that came from.
I fucking hope so.
I really hope so. And look, an actual game of cheese. We got finessed on the last one. We got finessed.
We did. We got fleeced.
And that person's on a no send in game. You're blackballed. It's over. All right.
We got traded the Browns. We traded the Browns. We gave up the oranges, and they got the Browns on that trade. We got fleeced.
We got fleeced hard, but not this game. We got that proxy hatch from Dennis Player against Steamed Hams. Y'all better be going ham right now on that Monopoly Go. It's time. It's time because LAGTV Versus will be coming back. And on top of that, Adam and I are brainstorming some ideas to bring in some Marvel Rivals content as well. So we're trying to figure that out. If you guys have any ideas, throw them in the comment section. We're all ears.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it out. We've been playing a lot. Trying to understand the game, get good at it. But, yeah, all kinds of stuff coming. And, by the way, all this stuff is not going to change the amount of StarCraft we bring you guys each and every week. It's like we're full-time YouTubers again.
It's true.
Yeah.
The dream is alive.
You know?
As long as you're downloading Monopoly Go. Link in the description below. That's the shit that keeps this shit alive. I'm going to keep you a buck right now. You guys are crushing it.
Oh, absolutely.
Holy fuck.
You guys are amazing. And we are 11 subscribers off of getting 1,000 subs in the last 28 days. An absolute record for us over the last God knows how many years. So
many years.
Thank you to everybody that's liking the videos, watching the videos, supporting the sponsors, and just being here, man. The community is on fire again. It's great. It's great.
You love to see it.
I love to see it. I'm here for it.
You love to see it. You know what else I'd love to see?
What?
This cheese develop into something, because right now it's developed into a supply block.
Yes.
And nothing else happening. I was hoping for Dennis to be Dennis the Menace, and instead I'm just getting whatever the fuck this is.
Oh, Dennis the Menace.
It ain't menacing.
Dennis the Menace was like a budget Home Alone. You know, it was like that. We need to recreate Home Alone, but we need it to not be Home Alone. So they came up with Dennis the Menace.
In fairness, I want to say Dennis the Menace, the comic strip, was before Home Alone.
Was it?
And then it turned into a movie later on. Yes.
Okay.
And but the cartoon as well.
The movie was very reminiscent of Home Alone, though.
Yes. Yeah. I would hazard a guess that Home Alone was a bit in part inspired by Dennis, in the sense that it was like the industrious kid at home with the slingshot type shit.
Yeah.
Is definitely I think a little bit in there. But Dennis the Menace, yeah, big, very popular. And then after those movies, just died. Like nobody wanted to ever see Dennis the Menace ever again.
No.
After those movies.
Well,
and
I don't
rightfully
think Hams wants to see Proxy hatch into Reaper Ravager ever again. Fortunately for him, we do have an Immortal out now. What you need to do in this position is you need to get that Immortal and you need to get that that Stalker to be poking. That's it. You cannot lose the Immortal. You have to use the cannons like he's doing, and he immediately put down shield batteries. He is doing all of the right things. The only thing I would say is start chrono boosting out more of these Immortals and add pylons around, because what's going to happen is Dennis is going to start focusing down on pylons with the Ravager mixtapes that are going to be coming down, which he's not actually doing right now, which he should be doing. If you lose that Immortal, it's not looking good. Beautiful play there. I like it. I like it.
That was a little spicy. That was a little spicy, but he kept it alive. I was a little concerned when he moved out and farther left when he didn't need to. I was thinking, uh-oh, but there you go. He's got some more Well, he has a cannon. There's another pylon in there as well, it looks like, so that's good. So he's a little bit safe for now. And yeah, this is still a lot of work to be done. He's got a hill to climb, but he's up to 2 immortals now.
Yeah, that
and if you can keep these going,
oh yeah, he's good.
You get to a 3rd,
yeah,
and he's real good.
Yeah,
he's going to need to have a massive misplay to really toss this out the window now, and it looks like Steam Tams is in the clear, and Dennis is going to need to go home and get another slingshot.
Yeah, well, I do like what Dennis is doing. He is not committing fully on this. He is getting a few more Ravagers. He's putting down creep. That creep's going to buy him a bit more time. If Steamed wants to go down to the base, sometimes he might get preoccupied with getting an observer out and clearing out the creep before he leaves. He needs to be careful. He's going to lose 1 immortal. That was a big mistake there. He needed to take both immortals. And he needed to get well, he did take both, but he needed to get the one that was hurt in the back closer to the batteries. And if he wants to start poking out, it's not going to kill him to put a battery a little bit more forth, like in sort of forthcoming, sort of in the front. That way he doesn't have to run so far to go all the way back to be able to do poking damage. But Dennis is expanding in behind here, and now he's getting a bit aggressive. And this push might actually give him a little bit more confidence to build more units and maybe just try and end the game and not even get drones at all, which I think would be a mistake at this point. I would just be spitting hot fire mixtapes.
Yeah, I agree. I think, but I can totally appreciate why, in the heat of the moment, why Dennis might commit to just building more units. Right now, he's gonna this is easy to
another immortal gone.
Hey, well, especially if he's going to do that and to throw him an immortal. Now that that's going to give him even more impetus to want to just keep cranking out units instead of continuing his expansion in the background. But the safe play here and the smarter play probably is to do just that. Build more drones, get more bases, use this opportunity to get in a good macro position, get your tech up, and continue, because this is what can happen. Even though he got those picks, he's back up to 3 immortals, and there's just no way that he can continue off of this one hatchery with that many larvae to be able to outpace the damage he's going to tank from all of these immortals. And so now it looks like Steamed Ham's back on the menu, boys.
Damn right it is. And these 3 immortals now are just going to be able to destroy all of this. He really just needs to run all of these roaches and ravagers back to base. The queen is going to die. It's going to be slow walking all the way back.
Rip.
Yeah.
Rip.
So let's just see if he gets a observer out and wants to go after all of the creep before going down. In this position, you just want to get a warp prism out yesterday and immediately go down there and just bring the fight. You do not want to play this game where you're cleaning stuff up to make it, clean here and stuff. You just want to go. Like, even right now, you got the 4th immortal out. I would have already been taking a probe down, putting a pylon there, walking my immortals and stalkers down to the base, and then chrono boosting out this warp prism and getting that down there and just warping in units until that warp prism is there. Once everything is there together, then you're just doing one big push. I'd be inclined to be getting some sentries if you have the gas to do so. He has about 300 right now, so I'd probably be getting 3 sentries with that warp prism just to, chop up the army a little bit. But he's got to be feeling pretty damn good about his position after Dennis put so much resource into that attack that ultimately failed.
Yeah, seeing how many units has continued to get built there, you have to assume that it's not like this is a Zerg sitting on 4 or 5 bases at this point. So you have to think that, hey, I'm in a pretty good spot. Yeah, I'm on 2 base, but I have the tech, and if I act soon, then this is a point in which I can turn the game around and not have to turn this into a long, drawn-out macro fest. And that's what we're going to see right now. We got a few more stalkers being warped in. That's 4 immortals, all full health but 1. And if he plays safely enough here, he just doesn't want to get stuck on the creep and get surrounded with Zerglings and make it a messy, fight. He wants to do this.
Yeah,
he wants
it's
to go
fine.
in, bait it out, poke around until that Zergling count or whatever is lower, and then just move in and get to work.
Yeah, I am fine with what he's doing. I think he might be a little bit overcautious. There's not a whole lot of lings there, and he doesn't need to kite back the whole army. He can have the back line be firing while you're taking the front line and moving them back. That way you're always shooting. You're always dealing damage. Instead, he's taking his whole armor and he's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Stalkers, Immortals are not units that can attack while you're moving, right? It's not a Cyclone. It's not a BC. They don't have that ability. It's not a carrier. So oftentimes, what you just need to do is allow your back line to attack while your front line is running, and also just moving shit around a little bit. Like, even when he's going in right now, just as quickly to put these units in the back. That was a good micro there. You see what I was just saying, where he was moving the front, but keeping the back attacking. That's exactly what you want to do here. And I think he's being a little overcautious. At this point, I think he just goes in and he fights. Just fights. Yeah. He got enough.
Yeah, for sure. Because if he spends too much time being cautious, then he does risk. There you go. He does risk that more and more Hydra show up.
Yeah.
And that
or the Lings, which is worse, right? Because the Lings, they don't do a lot of damage, but they take priority. The Immortals and Stalkers will start attacking them.
Yeah, firing them.
And look at that. Look how much shit he just lost from fucking around and finding out. They had no business doing that much damage. No business.
I would have liked to have seen one warp cycle of Zealots in here. Like, as soon as he saw how many Zerglings were there, like, just one. Like, even having 5 Zealots in that mix would have made that fight so much less painful from those Zerglings.
Yes, for sure.
And now, I mean, he's clearly winning this, but you know, just by virtue of being able to keep warping in. But it would have been a much more definitive battle if he had a couple of Zealots in the mix just to help break up those Zerglings surrounding everything. And there you go. The dub is in. Steamed hams. A Simpsons classic. One of the better Simpsons episodes. Steamed hams.
Decent game.
No, that was a solid game.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm not against that game at all. It was solid. Make sure you guys hit that like button again. By the time you see this, there's probably 15 days left to Monopoly Go. We're trying to get as many of you fine mother effers to reach, what is it, 18? Board 18. And also, just so you guys know, there's board 2, we get paid. Board 5, we get paid. Board 11, board 18, 31, 41, 55, and 70. We're not even talking about those other ones because we got 17 days, and we just don't want you guys grinding unless you're really into the game. And then, of course, if you at any time purchase a $20 pack, we get a massive kickback for that as well. So big thank you, everybody that's already playing. We appreciate it, and we will see you guys on the next one.